Hi guys, it's Saturday and welcome back to the den. So it's a very special day. It is JD's... Oh god, how old is that old fart now?
57. JD is 57 years old
He's
today.
only 57? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Only 57?
Unless I miscalculated.
I thought he was like closer to 67.
Well, anyway, happy birthday, old man JD.
Hope you didn't sit on your balls this morning.
So anyway, this week we're going to talk about American Horror Story, the new season. And spoiler alert, we will be talking about everything up through the end of episode 4, the one that just aired this week. So, if you have not seen all the episodes so far, you might want to wait until later on to watch this video.
Yeah, episode 1 to 4. At this point, they've only aired the first 4 episodes. So
Right.
if you haven't seen up to episode 4, pause the video and wait until you've seen it.
Yeah.
Because we want to talk about our theories. There's a lot of little things that we've noticed throughout the season so far that are absolutely just like mind-boggling. And this is actually, I think, next to Coven, going to be my favorite season because it's the first time I've ever like jumped up at a show when it ended and yelled no.
Well, plus, I mean, now we've got witches and warlocks, so...
Hey, we did warn you that there was spoilers, so...
Hey, they were warned sufficiently. We're going into this now.
Alright, so everybody knows that the new season is basically an amalgamation of Season 1 and Season 3, the best seasons in my opinion. I'm sure people who love Freak Show will say otherwise. But,
It wasn't Freak Show that I would put up there toward the top. I would put Asylum
Asylum?
up there toward the top for me.
yeah. But yeah, it's basically the crossover season everybody's been waiting for.
Yeah.
He's been teasing it. It was supposed to
Yeah,
be...
things are finally starting to tie themselves to each other, and just like he keeps saying that they're going to.
Oh my god, yeah. So, first spoiler, Queenie...
Obviously, if you've been watching, you know that Queenie came out of the Hotel Cortez, and Madison was basically rescued from hell by
Michael Langdon.
Michael Langdon. I keep wanting to call him Robert Langdon because, you know, by Michael Langdon, who is clearly the baby from season 1 Murder House. At least to me,
demon baby.
Yeah, at least to me, it's very evident. I don't know if they actually said that in the series or not.
I'm pretty sure. I think. Yeah, I think so.
Well, I mean, it's pretty... I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it's pretty clear to me.
Well, especially that scene where he walked through the door of the boys' school,
Yeah.
makeshift bomb shelter, and the music started playing from Murder House. So that was a pretty clear symbol right there.
Yeah, and we didn't see the dude in the rubber suit until after he showed up.
Yep.
Either, so...
Yep.
Which would technically, I guess, be Tate, his father.
Yeah.
Which
Oh, that's his father. Yeah. Oh, whoa. Yeah.
yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, well, and that leads me to other questions, because then how is that tied in? Because Tate's supposed to be tied to the murder house.
Right.
Even though somehow during
But
season
he
1
can
he
pull
ended up...
demons, remember? You just learned that. He can pull people
Oh, that's right,
from
because
hell.
he pulled
He
Madison out of hell and he pulled Queenie out of the Cortez, yeah.
So he's capable of removing whatever spirits he wants along with him.
Right.
Or however he wants to.
Good point. Fair point.
So, the other thing we noticed is one of the witches, like the Witches' Council.
Yeah, because originally when they showed the Witches' Council coming back to the bunker or school or whatever you want to call it, they showed Madison and Cordelia and Myrtle Snow.
Which, by the way, still haven't explained how
Yeah, we
she's
still haven't
back.
figured out how Myrtle Snow's come back, but then they do a flashback later in the next episode.
Yeah.
And it's Myrtle and Cordelia and
Zoe.
Zoe.
So
I don't
something
know.
must happen with Zoe. Why all of a sudden now Madison is on the Witches Guild and not her?
Yeah.
I don't know, but that should be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There is an episode coming up called Return to Murder House, and she plays the character from season 1, whose name I can never remember.
Yeah, the character that she played in season 1.
Yeah, that should be really cool.
They're doing a good job differentiating the characters, though, because I already, when Cordelia returned, I didn't associate her with the character that she's playing from
Miss
Havisham? Is that it?
Havsham? Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't associate the two at all. Like, even though they're clearly the same person, the acting is different enough and the look is different enough that you really don't associate them as being the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I will give him props for that, because it's definitely a difficult thing to accomplish. But yeah, you also noticed, you pointed out to me in the very first episode when the young guy is taking a shower, he gets out of the shower, and 666 is written on the mirror.
Yeah. That was in the very first episode.
And then in the second episode when Langdon shows up and flashes his ID, you notice that his ID number ended in 666.
Yep.
So maybe there's a correlation there.
Well, I'm fairly certain at this point it's assumed that he believes he is the son of Satan, or rather, he is the son of Satan.
Yeah.
And that he's the Antichrist, because it's the end of the world. He brought the end of the world.
Yeah, and we also saw that reference in the flashback to Rosemary's Baby. So
yeah, that was a really good little good tie-in there. It was Rosemary's Baby. Mm-hmm. Is what his nanny was watching on her first date back in the 1968 flashback. Oh, no, it was the 88.
No, it was 68
flashback.
88 was when she was the assassin, or...
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gold Dust Woman came. We're still trying to figure out what that reference was.
Yeah. I mean, it might be blatantly obvious and we both just missed it, but Gold Dust Woman plays right before he... I can't remember his name, goes in and kills what he assumes is the man in the rubber mask, and ends up being his grandmother. So I'm trying to figure out the significance of the song change right at that point. But obviously when they switched it from that first song to... I can't... But
Carpenters, right?
Yeah, I think the song that was playing before that was Carpenters too, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it was.
But that was significant in the way that... Because that first song seemed to reference that they were still waiting for others.
Right.
And then it switched to, you're basically waiting. There's got to be a morning after.
Right.
So they all got excited thinking they were going to get rescued, and then a year and a half later they still weren't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there was the whole thing with the witches. Mm-hmm. So is everybody either a witch or a warlock that's been rescued in that bunker? And they've only brought some back?
That's what I'm thinking, because otherwise why would they have taken that boy and that girl? Because of their specific DNA.
Right. And the cooperative obviously is assumed at this point that it's witches and warlocks.
Right.
Or just straight warlocks.
It could be...
Or it's like a demon's council.
That could be a demon's council, especially when you think about that scene where Langdon was inside that pentagram made out of, I'm assuming it was his own blood.
Yeah, it was. He painted it with his own blood, and it bubbled up through the ground.
So I mean, that could also be a personal thing. That could be nothing to do with it.
Well, what was really interesting is in the intro, they actually show like woodcutting pictures, and one of them is a council of 12 humans and one demon. And in the very first episode, Mrs. whatever her name is, the hair and the cane.
Yeah, Havisham.
Havisham.
We're gonna go with Havisham. We're probably dead wrong, but
she had said that the cooperative was made up of 12 of the most brilliant minds.
So I gotta think maybe that Langdon is there because the council is gone and he's looking for 12 more people to be like his disciples, like a 12 disciple type thing.
Could be.
Because that could be the bunker that he's secured that is more secure, or whatever hogwash he was talking about Because he even said, you're thinking that I'm looking for people that are pure of heart, and that was like the dead wrong answer.
Right.
So maybe he's looking for just like-minded, because within the scenes that we saw where he was showing his powers off and got very carried away to the point where he almost froze people to death, we see like a scary side of the powers being shown. And
oh, hell yeah. Like, he's obviously very powerful, but it comes from a dark place, so...
Yeah. So I think he's going to give Cordelia a run for her money. And the assistant, the really rich, snobby girl's assistant...
Yeah,
who is
Assistant Mallory.
Who is inadvertently way more powerful than she's letting on.
Oh, yeah.
When she was revived, you mentioned that she took her glasses off in order to be able to see.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking there's got to be a significance there. I don't know if she's like a supreme of a different coven, or if she's just almost all powerful, or what that might be. But there's got to be a significance to that.
Yeah, because she was pretty powerful with her repressed memories and everything. So
yeah, that scene where he's interviewing her, Langdon is interviewing her, and she gets frustrated as she's trying to leave, and like all that stuff goes blowing around the room.
Yeah, she pulls the flames out of the fire.
Well, no, that's after he turns into that like demon face.
Oh yeah,
and then the
flames
come out.
She knocks all the candles flying and sends him flying on his ass.
Yeah, and then he comes at her with the demon face, and she releases all the fire from the fireplace, and he goes, "What are you?" Yeah, so she's got to be way more powerful than she's letting on, and I think they said the council said something about wiping her memory before.
Yeah, that they wiped their memories, but even though they said they wiped their memories, there is she was the talk show host, Dinah.
Yeah, is it Dinah? Maybe it's Dinah. The black lady with the like
Adina
really
Porter's
well done
character.
hair.
Yeah, she had, during her interview with Michael Langdon, they had that whole exchange where she was talking about how
he said something to her about taking over, and she says, I'm not powerful enough for that.
Right. So like she acknowledged that she has power. Like it was just in their conversation you could tell that her memory hadn't been fully wiped. But she also said once she got revived, she had said that she didn't want to be a part of any of it anyway, and that she was just there to watch and she wasn't going to participate.
Right.
So
far, the only one I'm sad that they brought back was the snobby one that is the one that got stabbed in the forehead.
Should have left her stabbed in the forehead.
Yeah. I dislike Madison. I hate this lady even more.
Yeah. But what happened to her boyfriend? Did he just...
Yeah, that's what I want to know, because he didn't just disappear, because the alarm would have gone off as he left.
Yeah, and there's no way that he's going to make it all the way there after, a year and a half of being exposed
and then
to
just
radiation.
go back out into the world again. No, I wouldn't.
And then not just go back out in the world and then just all of a sudden just instantly succumb and die when you're finally in a place where there's no radiation and all that. I don't know, it just seems weird. Yeah. That and the scene where everybody ate the poison apples and killed over and died. Where were all the graves? All the servants that you always see scrubbing the floors, walking down the hallway, there was none of them.
Well, the one girl, the assistant, was there.
Yeah.
But I think she was I'd have to watch the scene again. I think she was the only gray in the scene.
She was, yeah. So that means that there's other grays. Otherwise, they've killed them all, and they just haven't shown that. Because they were killing grays in the very first scene as they were coming in to the bunker. Yeah. Two of them were taken outside and shot.
Yeah, but I mean, that they said later was because they were copulating.
Yeah.
And that's a no-no in that bunker, which is not an actual no-no.
Right.
We want to know what you guys think. Are you watching American Horror Story? Have you... do you have any guesses of your own that we haven't mentioned, or things that you've thought of that we are way off base on, or are you not watching it? Do you hate the series? Were you done after watching My Roanoke or Cult? Let us know in the comments.
And one other thing that we were kind of tossing the idea around was a round table with all the men of the dead.
Yeah.
Doing a live show where we all discuss American Horror Story Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Is that
'cause
something you guys would be interested in watching?
Because we know that Derek and Greg and Steve would want to talk about it as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have got 2 more days off. It's a 3-day weekend. I would easily rewatch both of these all over again and the first 4 episodes just so we could like have a clear idea of everything that's going on. Well, that's it for this week, guys. Thanks again for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.
Take care.